Quick on the injury front, Cody Simon had to come out. He's getting evaluated for a concussion, and Joey Blunt had to come out getting evaluated for a concussion. So, what we said all week, the most important thing is a win. So I feel really good about that. And I told the team all three phases made plays to help us win the game. And I'm sure all three phases for sure wants plays back. So the most important thing we do now is tomorrow. Let's learn from it, get better, and move on. Yeah, well, the execution of some end-of-game calls I thought was really good. The end of the game was awesome, but I thought holding them to a field goal there on the second to last drive, that obviously was a huge stop there. I think Dante made a play. We rushed pretty well there, covered some guys up, so that was good. You never know how the game's going to kick out, and every yard counts. So I thought that was big. I thought he played pretty good. One time he wasn't on the right guy, and it happened quick, but he was just a little late getting to it. But I thought he held his own, and that was one of the keys to victory is no balls over our head, and I thought we did that tonight. Say it again. Yeah, it was a good shot. It was a good shot. He's physical.
You've talked many times about learning and winning easier, but is there any frustration in there because maybe you guys weren't able to get to where you needed to be until the end, or?
No, not honestly, Darren. Week one in the NFL, it's kind of there's a lot of unknowns, and I'm most pleased that we came out 1-0. Yeah, they didn't flinch. We had the lead there, and then momentum you could say momentum kind of swung when they blocked the field goal, went all the way down the field, but defense showed some resiliency there to hold them to a field goal. And even I think 2 drives before that, we're kind of backed up. Kyler probably wants a throwback on second down, but on 3rd and 10 converts to Marv. That was huge, and I think we ended up with a punt there, but it took off 4 minutes. Trying to eliminate some possessions there, so that was good too. So, like I said, a lot to learn from, but I'm happy that we came out of here with a win.
You talked this week about the importance of explosive passing plays. How happy were you to see that big connection tomorrow?
Yeah, that was good. That led to a touchdown. You know what I mean? And I think the one Trey Benson run maybe got to a field goal there off that one. Typically, when you have some explosives, you got a chance to score points. I thought the 1 3rd down 2 off the top of my head, Kyler extended and hit Trey. That was a huge play. That was a 3rd and long. Those can be backbreakers for you on defense. So it was good. I thought Kyler operated well, did what he had to do.
What can you say about the pass rush? Was that just a function of the Saints' offensive line?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say a function of that. I thought it was a function of how well they're coached. I thought that he did it. Kellen and their staff did a really good job of not letting us rush. And that's real in a game. But when they do that, you can't give up explosives, and you should keep the score down, and that's what we did.
Trey and Mark combined for like 130 was pretty balanced. Is that kind of what you want to see out of them, or is there more?
Whatever you need to do to win a game, Josh. Yeah, I'm sure they'll all want some plays back there. I probably, the one, I think late in the game there, we ran it on 3rd down. I think that was the right thing to do. I typically want the ball in the quarterback's hands there, but thought that was the right thing to do at that point in the game. But we'll learn from this and go, and we'll get better next week.
Any concerns about the run defense?
What'd they go for? Not a ton. They had some good schemes in there. I thought it was pretty good. I know Kamara had the one explosive for a touchdown. He's a good player, man. I thought we had it bottled up. They chose to run the quarterback a little bit, which were a little bit unscouted, not totally, but they used their quarterback in a way that made it hard. But I thought that our guys made some adjustments and kept that where it needed to be.
Kyler had a lot of success on scrambles. You think of that as a play that's not designed, but how much of that actually does come down to planning and kind of looking for those opportunities?
Huge, yeah. That was a point of emphasis for us. Obviously, we practiced it, but I trust him explicitly out there to do what he sees. But I did think there were some high leverage snaps in that game where he used his legs for our advantage, and that's what you want to see.
How was that a point of emphasis? What do you mean by that?
Well, when you go through your reads and you're clean, and there's nowhere to go with the ball, let's be smart with the ball and extend plays and use your legs.
We haven't had a chance to talk to Kyler yet, but he was sick this morning.
Yeah, he was.
The resilience of him today?
Yeah, I thought it was good. He woke up with a little bit of a bug that was kind of going around, honestly, a little bit. Nothing serious, but it was going around. But yeah, there was no threat of him missing week 1. I know that.
Hey, Coach, you only gave up 13 points on the road to an NFL team. What's that say about the defense?
Yeah, they really stood up when they needed to, too. You know, I thought there was a span in there. You know, I liked how we started the half. I loved how we ended the half on offense to go down there, get points, and kind of not give them a ton of time there. And then coming out, you know, you're looking at the score and you need to get a stop, and we went 3 and out, forced a punt. That was good. You keep the score at 13, you should win a lot of games.
What did you like from Trey Benson and kind of more what's
Thought he was decisive. I know he hit the one explosive, but you know some of those they did a good job. They got a good defense. That's gonna be a good crew. I thought that made the correct decisions and was decisive. Had good ball security. Got 30 yards for us.
Yeah, woke up with something, but wasn't gonna miss the game. I don't really know what sickness could make me miss a game, but you know, plan to always play, and that's that was the plan. Felt good enough to go out.
What's the film like? You probably want to do more offensively.
Yeah.
How does it feel to get the win?
Feels great. You know, this is that's the thing. You know, it's the NFL. It's not easy. Never will be easier, no matter who you're playing. So, grateful to go out here on the road in a hostile environment, get a win. Obviously, offensively, yes. Do we want to do more? Do I want to do more? Of course. But week 1, a lot of things that we can get better at.
How do you feel about the fine team explosive play tomorrow?
Yeah, it was good.
You feel like that bomb sparked the offense a little bit there in the first half?
Is it the second drive? I think third. Yeah, second or third. Yeah, I think it was. Honestly, Drew just called the play. Obviously, I'm just going through my progressions, going through my reads. Had Marv one-on-one, single out safety, and just gave him a chance. He made a play.
Is that the type of play where all the off-season reps kind of pays off?
I think so. I know it's minute and small. Like it looks easy, right? But I think that maybe last year we don't connect on that. But I'm just glad we did. He played his ass off today. I could feel the confidence. I could feel the progression in his mindset, in his game, and just I'm very confident where he's at, and I hope he feels good about today.
Hey, you completed a bunch of passes over the middle. What does that say about the offense?
I guess I was going where I was supposed to with the ball. Had a tipped one on third down. There was a lot of things that I feel like we could do better. Didn't play our best game today, but we're leaving with a win.
And particularly in the first half, you guys did a good job of responding. Like they'd score,
Mhm.
you'd score. What does that say about the team?
Facing adversity, like I said, it's the NFL. It's never going to be easy. How do you respond? I think that we did that well today. With obviously me, being a perfectionist. There's some things that I wish we could have done better. I could have done better. But in the grand scheme of things, what matters the most is you leave here with a win. And we did respond with it. When adversity hit us, we responded. So proud of the team.
There was one third down play where it looked like you were almost running a draw, and then the 2 linebackers came in and you hit Trey for a first down. What did you see on that play? Was it supposed to be a draw? What was the play?
No. They actually had us. They schemed up a really nice blitz off the edge, and that was just improvising. Me and Trey, he did a good job of filling the zone. I tried to just step up, find him, make a play.
Watching from the sideline, what was your reaction when the hit caused the ball to pop out in the last second?
I don't know. I was kind of emotionless over there at the end. I had a lot of confidence in the defense, but I wasn't really trying to watch per se. But I was watching at the same time.
Marvin and Trey had, I think, 132 yards combined.
Yeah.
But it was pretty balanced. Is that kind of what you foresee this offense looking like in terms of passing with those two guys?
The way I feel about it, it doesn't really matter who it goes to. As far as I feel I got trust in all of our playmakers to go out there and do the job. Obviously, those two are going to get most of the attention. But with all things equal, yeah, it doesn't really matter who gets it. I got confidence in both of those guys.
What can you say about Trey McBride? There was one play, it was like a 3rd and 11, caught it at about 8 yards, turned around, broke tackles, first down.
Yeah, but the 2 previous plays before that, it's 2 incompletions to start the drive, and then third down was actually that was huge. To obviously throw the ball short of the sticks. Trey can get yak. So that speaks to his ability with the ball in his hands.
I know it had been a focus for you this offseason to do more scrambling off schedule. Was it encouraging to have so many plays like that, both with your legs and breaking them down?
No, you don't ever want to have to do all that, you know. But I guess, you know, again, that I think if you're a defense coordinator, just what people have told me, you know, just playing this game for so long, that, you know, DCs hate when that, you know, you're playing a mobile guy, a dual threat guy that can make those type of plays happen. So when they're there, I do, you know, I got to make those plays. So.
Kyler, you said you can feel the difference from last year this year with Marv. In what ways did you feel that today?
I mean, you can just tell. You just watching him move, his mannerisms, all of it. You know, I've been around him for, you know, this 2 years now. So you may not see it, but I see it. You know, I can feel it. He's just more confident in himself. It is what it is.
You had a 0 blitz on 3rd and 4.
Yeah.
From your perspective, how fast did that come at you?
What do you mean? What do you mean say?
In real time.
Yeah, you snap the ball. I mean, you snap the ball, and then, you know, obviously you stand there like 2 seconds, if that. So not much time. Yeah.
Kyler, what you think of Will's hit?
The bubble. Yeah. Good play, great play. I love the way Will played today. Obviously they snatched one from him, but you know, I wanted that one for him too. You know, first game, get a pick, that'd be tough. So, but he played well.